This is Video Store Clerks. Welcome to the store.
Hello, YouTube. It is 10 p.m. I am Chad Mang.
I'm Mike.
I'm Chuck.
You
can't see me right now.
He's fucking
What?
John Cena right
What is
now.
this? Some kind of an illusion?
The illusion.
I don't know. I think it's just technology fucking with me like it likes to do.
See, what's weird is Dave tried to do a new trick today, and as you see, he just fucking disappeared. And then Chuck tried, and then he disappeared, but we can still hear him. So I don't know where Dave went.
Yeah. Is there not like a box that you can bring me up on just audio?
Negative.
I thought you could do that on there.
If you had a picture in your little circle where like the Chuck thing is, then we might be able to. And the fire said to me, this one is on par with Hellraiser. So here for this.
What up, Rich?
My man. Yeah, unfortunately I can't put a picture up.
Well, that's dumb.
Yeah, it is. But anyway, like I said, it is 10 p.m. We are your Video Store Clerks Podcast, the podcast where flesh is a trap, but podcasting sets us free. Tonight, we will be talking about the 1995 Clive Barker's hard noir film, Lord of Illusions. Yeah, we can hear Chuck. We just can't see him. He's an illusionist.
Yeah.
He's in the depths of hell. He wanted to be a god, but then he decided he didn't want to be anymore.
Yeah, let's see if we can.
That's the picture you're going to use. That is a horrible fucking picture. That is not a good picture.
Camera two.
That is not change that. That's horrible.
What are you talking about?
I don't like being.
I'd rather it just be blank, dude. I don't think I'm serious. I hate that. Just let me go away again. I hate that though. All right, cool.
I don't want to be the big.
Pick something that isn't so fucking horrible if you're gonna do that. I mean, you got the right idea and I'm fine with it. That's a horrible picture.
Hello, Mama Nasty.
Hey, Mom.
Good evening. Tonight we are going to start off the show as we usually do with the news. Then we'll jump to the clip of the week. Then we'll run some ads. And then next week is Mike's pick. And then we'll get out of here. And then the following week will be our St. Patty's Day special, which we are still semi-undecided on. So if you have any requests, throw them down into the comments. Let us see what you want us to do for St. Patty's Day. Nothing family friendly.
Right. As it should.
Now, before we jump into the main event, talking about Lord of Illusions, let's see what we got this week on the news.
All right.
We got gut reaction from one driver who had his car stuck in this. We really feel for him this morning.
Wow.
That sounds about right.
I feel for that guy. I'd be doing the same fucking thing. Fuck.
Appropriate.
I think Mama liked
hilarious.
it.
Mom. Better than mother. Love
And
you.
starting out the news as we usually do, the top 10 box office smashers this week. Number 10, Zootopia 2 did 1.5 mil, doing 426 mil the last 14 weeks.
I'm really shocked it's still on there.
I mean, not next week, probably.
Hell no.
Number 9, How to Make a Killing did 1.5 mil also, but only doing 6.2 mil the last 2 weeks.
I haven't really heard shit about that movie. It looked pretty kind of interesting, but like I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. If you want to check it out, I think Mick on the Screen Snobs did a review on that one.
Oh, okay.
Number 8, dropping quick. Send Help did 2.8 mil, doing 60 mil the last 5. If it wants to stay on there for next week, it's going to need some help.
Yes.
I do want to see that one though.
I didn't mind it. Mike wasn't a fan, but I thought it was all right for what it was.
It's one of those ones for me where it's just one and done. I'm not going to go back and revisit it.
So that's why I definitely
need more time.
That's why I definitely need to watch it now. I've got both of you who I respect your opinions. So, but you're both kind of swaying, two different sides on this. So it's like, well, now I've got to see where I stand on this.
To me, it was just like a dark version of Castaway.
I mean, anything's better. It's probably 10 times more entertaining too.
I don't know. That's a good one.
The volleyball talks back.
Yeah,
that's an artsy
volleyball's a bloody hand too. Tom Hanks is an asshole. Anyway,
number 7. I can only imagine 2. The 3.1 mil this week, doing 13.3 mil the last 2 weeks.
What was
number 6? Huh?
What was that one?
I can only imagine 2.
Oh, okay. I thought you were actually saying I could only imagine. I was like, what was the fucking movie? Okay.
2.
My bad.
Number 6 is Crime 101, did 3.4 mil this week, doing 30.1 the last 3 weeks. And number 5, Epic, the Elvis Presley concert, did 3.5 mil this week, doing 7.8 the last 2, which I'm still surprised it's up that high, but it did good this week. Did better than last week. I don't know.
A lot of diehard fans out there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still a thing.
I'm not real sure what this is, but number 4 is 21 Pilots, more than
concert video.
Yeah.
We ever imagined.
Yeah, concert video.
4.3 mil this week, first week out.
Yeah, 21 Pilots is a band, so I would imagine it's some kind of live concert footage or tour footage or something.
Those will come back. Those have come back in the last couple of years, like
teeny bopper shits. I ain't never heard of them. Number 3, Wuthering Heights did 6.6 mil this week, doing 72 mil the last 3 weeks. And number 2, no longer the GOAT, but it is the GOAT, did 12 mil this week, doing 74 mil the last 3 weeks. And we all know what number 1 is.
Scream
7.
Screamer.
$63.5 million.
Which I'm happy to report that even though like I have similar issues with this one, like I do the others, I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Like I think that it stayed pretty true to everything. It actually catered to what people wanted, and I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. But they did it kind of an interesting way. But but I've also found a new appreciation for the Scream franchise, going back and rewatching them all. I'm actually been in Scream mode here lately, so I enjoyed it. I don't know what all the bitching's about. People just need to shut the fuck up and enjoy.
I don't know. I wanted to scream a few times when I was watching this movie.
Yeah, Chad.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of times where I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But that's just normal. But I mean, these are the kind of movies like I find something wrong with every one of them except for the original.
Chad,
you know what I mean?
Chad was quick.
Chad was pissed, man. He almost knocked out our fucking waiter at Applebee's.
Yeah.
He was that mad.
Bullshit, man. Bullshit.
What you said, you were like, man, that movie was so shitty. And the way
you were like, what's taking so long? And I was like, I was talking to Dave about that shitty movie, and the guy walked over and was like, you guys just see Scream?
It wasn't shitty though. That's what kills me. Is like people are like, I'm so pissed off and blah 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 and all that, and it's just like it made sense. It was actually, I think it was a pretty good script, minus a couple of like details that would probably ruin it for anybody else.
I'm telling you, they're gonna stretch this shit to 10 movies.
You know what? After rewatching them, after rewatching these and watching this new one, let them. Fuck it. We don't have part 7s in theaters anymore. Scream's been here for 30 fucking years, and honestly, while rewatching, I realized that's my fucking childhood. And there's kind of a special place in my heart for these fucking movies. And you know what? Let them go to fucking 10, 12, 13.
I'm not going to say who the killer is, but I swear at some point on this show,
I knew immediately.
During when they were announcing cast members and stuff, that me and Dave called, or well, technically Dave called this shit. Like, I'm fairly certain, but we cannot find it. Like, I'm pretty sure it was in one of the news segments, like whenever this movie first got announced.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't want to say much more. We don't want to ruin for anybody, but yeah, it was pretty clear to me right off the bat who. Yeah, I was thrown off a little bit. I will say this. There's a couple of them I was like, but I knew who the basic people were. But you know, I think they're fun movies. I thought this one was fun. Again, didn't love it, didn't hate it, but I didn't love or hate the last 3 or 4 movies either. But I still like them.
I didn't like the last.
Yeah,
I didn't like this one.
Well, I hope the next 3 are better for you.
Only if they're streaming and they don't go to theaters. No, we can talk more after.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will. We'll get into it.
See, we need, whenever these films come out like this, I feel like we need to do like a follow-up episode, because it's like we got also all kinds of ideas and thoughts in the chamber, and it's like, oh, we can't even talk about it.
And it's just kind of too early to spoil anything.
Yeah, no, and this isn't one you want to spoil either, because it's part of the fun. You know, it's like, it's kind of like, in a way, the Saw movies. You know, after a while, you're like, there's only 2 reasons why you see them. One, you're kind of just like, I want to see the kills. 2, you're like, I'm kind of wondering how they're going to tie this around. You don't really care about anything else in between. But these, I actually, you know, I think the stories are pretty interesting. They're pretty funny.
To me, I didn't care about anything, and there was one good kill.
Oh, there was a couple of good ones. Again, we don't want to talk about it. I want to run it for people.
All right.
Well, we know people die, so I mean that's
but I want to talk about it, and I can't because I don't.
And there's a guy wearing a Father Death costume. That's all you need to know. Speaking of deaths, we did have a couple deaths this week.
Yeah,
nothing crazy, but blues legend John Hammond passed away at the age of 83, and singer-songwriter Neil Sedaka passed away at 86. Other than that, old age is the only cause, and they're the only 2 that I saw.
I thought there was a couple more.
Not that I found. Not that Dave found, I should say. Dave's my news guy.
I feel like there's one being left out.
He gets the news, and I spout it out. We do have some birthdays, though. We got Jessica Biel turned 44.
Happy birthday.
David Faustino turned 52.
Grandmaster B.
And speaking of Grandmasters, Tone Loc turned 60.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So happy birthday to everyone, even if you were not mentioned. It's a good day.
Okay.
But not so good day. Turns out Bruce Campbell made a post today that he had an incurable but treatable cancer. He did not get into specifics of what it was. He's just focusing on treatment. And everything he's been planning for the summer is on hold until he does his Ernie and Emma tour, whenever he releases his movie.
Also, for any mutants out there, the Last Drive-In is kind of in question right now, Joe Bob, because he put out a video saying that basically Friday is going to be the finale, and it's going to be a big one. There's like, I don't know, the way he was talking was very I don't know. It might be, it's not looking good. I'm hoping it's just a ruse, but the way he was talking, everything was very sincere. And so that's kind of sad as well, because I've enjoyed having him there. So
weird. Weird.
Yep.
In other news, we'll get this out of the way. The actor awards were Sunday. And as follows, Michael B. Jordan won for Outstanding Actor in a Lead Role for Sinners, which we all knew was coming. Harrison Ford got the Lifetime Achievement Award. I watched the speech on YouTube. That was pretty nice. He got a little emotional.
Yeah.
And let's see, they did Catherine O'Hara won for the Posthumous Award and Seth Rogen for the studio, and he was the one that accepted the award. So that was nice that she won. It's a shame that she wasn't around to receive the award herself.
Yeah.
And Sean Penn won an award for what the fuck was that movie?
Oh shit! I always forget now. One battle after another.
Yes. He won outstanding performance for a male actor, but he was a no-show.
Fuck Sean Penn.
Fuck that.
Fuck
Sean Penn. Sean Penn, you're a bitch.
Sean Penn is an
I
asshole.
was channeling my inner Shia LaBeouf. Did you watch that? Did you watch that interview?
What some of it? Yeah, he's really doing it in for himself, ain't he?
He's something, man.
He's such
that
a
was.
character.
I was watching that while I was driving the other day, and it was like over an hour interview. And man, it's interesting. I'll say that much.
To say the
I
least.
watched some of it. I saw where he said he doesn't have a drinking problem. He has a little man complex.
Yeah. So
At least
No,
he's
it's
honest
like-
about it, I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, in a way, you know what I mean? In other news, we have Sasha Call joining the Exorcist reboot with Scarlett Johansson being made by Mike Flanagan. She is the one that played Supergirl in the Supergirl movie.
Mm.
The getting a little add-on to the Pooh universe. So Reese Frake Waterfield is doing Pinocchio Unstrung, a horror film coming out. It doesn't have a date yet, but so far I'm kind of interested. Like I don't know. I didn't care for the first Pooh movie. The second one was a little better because the budget was better.
There's going to be a Pinocchio horror movie. Now we all know where that nose is going. I'm just saying something horrible is going to happen with that nose.
They've been listing the cast members, and Geppetto is going to be played by Richard Brake.
I can see that actually.
The voice of Jiminy the Evil Cricket is going to be Robert Englund.
Okay.
And that is
I'm
the only
down.
cast members they have listed for. As soon as I saw them two on board, I was like, "This could be fun."
Yeah, I'm pretty sold on this one already. That's ridiculous.
I'm sure it'll suck, but it could be fun.
Some movies that aren't the best are fun. I've learned this in my older age.
Like the Bambi the Reckoning movie, it was goofy as fuck, but it was all right. Like it was fun.
I haven't seen that.
Wasn't a fan of the Neverland Peter Pan thing.
I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And then In a Violent Nature 2 trailer will be coming out this week. Can't wait to see what that's like.
I saw like a teaser trailer, like a little thing. It was just like it was a real short little thing.
Yeah, I saw that one, and then they're supposed to have the actual trailer coming out later this week or next week, I believe.
I'm excited for it. The
I'm
first
not.
one, the first one I liked up until a certain point, like up until like the last 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, the deaths were dope, but
But you know, I'm hoping now they've learned some things and taken some notes and listened to some people, and I'm hoping it's better.
If they listen to my notes, I don't want any of that slow walking shit. All right, you did it in the first film; it's done. All right.
Yeah, but you missed the point of why they did it in the first place.
No, I didn't miss it. I just didn't like it.
Okay, well, you know, I'll tell you about that. I get it. I thought it was kind
It
of.
It doesn't do like no. It doesn't do anything for me. And
but
two, get rid of the mask. He needs a new mask. I'm not feeling the mask. If they did those two things,
What, the scuba diver from Scooby Doo?
yes, not feeling that mask.
our boy JP checked out the Neverland Peter Pan movie and turned it off in 20 minutes.
Did you see Scream?
Did you see Scream today? I think you said you were going today, right? But the highlight of the week for me was the trailer for Scary Movie 6. That shit looks too funny. I know, Chuck, you're not a big Wayans brother fan.
No, but it kind of has me
It looked
intrigued.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't look. It looks like it might actually be funny. I mean, I've seen enough, and then like seeing that they brought back the guy with the little hand as long legs. Yeah, I'm in. Please do me. Yeah,
Perfect.
okay. Do me a favor and completely joke that movie.
Yeah. Without any spoilers, JP, how do you think of Scream 7 since you were on Scream?
Just thumbs up or thumbs down real quick. Because he was our special guest last week when we talked about the original Scream. So we'll get the young man's opinion on the newest film. But yeah,
I've
a lot of
so bad, but
a lot of the returning cast for Scary Movie 6, and it's that same old comedy. They're not doing any of the modern shit. They're going back to the old school style. So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be fun.
Get ready for some people to be offended.
Good.
I think it's about time for people to be
taking comedy back to where it used to be.
No.
Hello. JP got mixed emotions.
You got jerked off at the movie? What is that? I don't know emoticons. What's that? Up, down?
Up, down, left, right. He's trying to do the
I would think I think he means he kind of liked it, kind of had issues. Kind of like,
Maybe that was the first half but didn't like the second half.
Well, that was my, if you saw my review on the Video Store Clerks YouTube, I was the same way. I was like 50-50. I was like, I liked it until I didn't. And
and his score is constantly going down.
We talked about like the two main things when it comes to Scream films is the factors. You got the slasher and you got the murder mystery. I love the slasher part of Scream 7. Didn't like the murder mystery part. I'll say that much.
That's fair. That's fair.
It was different. Now, before we go off on a Scream tangent, let's jump into the main event for the evening. Clive Barker's Lord of Illusions. This was Chuck's pick. Chuck is a huge Clive Barker fan. And if you've read Chuck's books, you will understand why. Because this man started out as a very dark writer. This story actually came from The Last Illusion from his Book of Blood series, Volume 6. And I did not know that he had stories based on the main character in this, Scott Bakula's character, Harry
Damore.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And then watching some shit with Clive and going back and seeing how he introduced him, and then later on in the Hellraiser comics, finding out that he goes to the labyrinth and then takes over and becomes the high priest and gets rid of Pinhead.
Yeah.
Now that shit is fucking interesting to me. Like I didn't realize how deep this story went before kind of going into it. Like this was to me always one of Clive Barker's weaker movies from the three that he wrote and directed. I will say that actually going back and rewatching it, I enjoyed myself. Like I think maybe I was young. I couldn't tell you the last time I ever saw this fucking film. I just think maybe I was just too young to understand a lot of it back then.
Right. That's pretty much what it was. Like, because growing up, the first Clive Barker book that I owned was Cabal, which had the story The Last Illusion in the back. And I've still got the one because I met Clive Barker a year or so ago, a couple years ago, whatever it was. And actually that was the book I had him sign. And on the front of it even says, includes the story that's now a major motion picture, Lord of Illusion. And as a kid, I loved it. And it was kind of over my head with some things, and there was a lot going on.
He's a weird fucking hard,
dude. But I love all the weird aspects of Clive Barker's writing. And of course, Hellraiser and all that shit, Candyman and all that.
Right.
But
I didn't realize he only did 3 films that he wrote and directed.
Yeah. This one's it's not the best one. It's not. I've always thought it was kind of interesting. I've always liked it. I hadn't seen it in a minute, and then rewatching it, I had a good chuckle a few times, if you will. There's some really that's one thing I love about Clive Barker's work is like the characters. There's always weird characters, and there's some weird fuckers in this movie.
Well, that's like Richard says. Clive has an amazing world builder. Love the atmosphere, and the cult was terrifying.
Oh yeah, Clive Barker. He's one of the best for a reason. But yeah, his characters and stuff are always just so weird. And man, there's just I don't know. I've always loved that about this movie. It's just even though a few of the characters in this movie really annoy the fuck out of me. But
yeah.
We'll get there. But
old butter stuff.
Damn.
Biscuits. No, but going in there and rewatching this, it's like I said, I don't know how the hell long it's been since I've seen this movie. And then just seeing after watching interviews with Clive Barker whenever he was doing tours for this film and how he loved the old film noir stuff and he's got a crazy imagination when it comes to horror movies. And then he just kind of mashed them up. Like, I think he did a really good job at that. There was some shit in this movie I didn't care about because the CG looked fucking awful, but
it was a time.
It was.
Give it a break.
Like, it was newish.
It's chill. There's some cheesy shit in here. There really is.
I just wasn't a fan of the folding illusions and weird shit going on there. Like, it
reminded me of some Lawnmower Man shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Well, man, it's definitely like a 90s movie. Like, it looks and feels like a 90s movie.
Oh, it definitely does.
You
Because
know?
the performances in this weren't even great for the cast they had.
Right. That's why I also like kind of ignore a lot of the stupid shit, and I'm just like, all right, that's kind of cheesy and stupid. But I mean, like, how much cheesy and stupid shit do we like? You know?
Yeah, because like I said, he got Scott Bakula in here, and I didn't think he did bad. Like, he hadn't done a whole lot of movies back then, I don't believe. I know like he was Quantum Leap, and then Murphy Brown, fucking Necessary Roughness.
A lot of TV.
Yeah. And then they kind of brought him in, and he was comparing him to Harrison Ford in a way, which is very. And
I can see that, yeah.
He definitely, I think, landed like he nailed the role, like playing this cop that basically is attached to darkness and just has an open mind to everything possible.
Yeah.
And then he's not afraid to search for it. And then you can tell, like, they do like a reoccurring shot with him going back to this exorcism of this little kid. So, I mean, he's definitely seen some shit on the evil front.
Yeah.
He's not a stranger to the dark side. And then even later on in the film, whenever you see Quaid, which is one of Swan's buddies, like the main character's buddy, and he even says, like, you're drawn to the dark side and you don't like it, do you? And he's like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, that whole shit was pretty interesting to me.
See, that was the thing. I've never seen this film before until this week, and I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I'm probably never going to watch it again. I'm sorry, but I'll say this: the character of D'Amour. I was actually into the D'Amour character. I wanted more of D'Amour, if you will. Because, you know, they kind of tease that backstory with the exorcism and all that, and they hinted at the darkness and everything, but he was so wrapped up in trying to solve the crime that we didn't get more out of the character. And I assume, based off of the writing and what you were talking about with other stuff in Clive Barker's work, that there is a lot more depth to this character that we didn't get to see. Yeah. And I feel like that's a disservice to like people like me who don't read all the other work. You know, it kind of puts me in a position where I'm sitting here saying, oh yeah, I didn't enjoy it, but it's because I didn't have all the information as well. So if you're just a casual viewer like me, when it comes to something like this, then obviously you're going to have a different perspective. But if you read a lot of Clive Barker's work and you can tie this character into the whole universe, if you will, it probably gives it a little bit more depth, like I said.
Yeah, because he started the character of Harry back in, I think he wrote The Last Illusion. I think he said in like 84 he wrote that story. Mm-hmm. And then he makes this in 95.
Yeah. Well,
they probably filmed it in 94 and it came out in 95.
He's also in the Scarlet Gospels,
Okay.
which is the it's kind of a tie-in to a little bit of everything: the Hellraiser world, the Nightbreed world, like, you know, the Last Illusion shit and all that. And,
we were surprised you didn't pick Nightbreed.
Huh?
We were surprised you didn't pick Nightbreed instead, because I know you love that movie.
Yeah, it's coming. it's coming. I hadn't watched this one in a minute, and I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna watch it. Then actually, like halfway through it, I'm watching. I was like, Mike is gonna hate this.
Good read. Yeah, man. It's just I don't know. I always try to give everything the benefit of the doubt, and it's like I don't like to trash films because I know so many people work so hard on them, but sometimes stuff just doesn't land the right way, or for me anyway, there's different details. We talked about the CGI being so basic. It's the mid-90s, so it is what it is. But it's just there's so much going on. And it's like I don't know. I've read that there was a lot of stuff that the studio wanted cut out of the film. I don't know if the cut that I watched got the stuff back in or not, because I know Clive Barker was talking about how like there was 12 minutes that the studio wanted out, and it wasn't like gore or anything like that. It was it was details of the story.
Yeah.
And they felt like there was just too much dialogue and everything going on, but like that's the story, guys. If the studio just wants gore and action and carnage or whatever, that's one thing. But it's like you're gutting the story here, which could be a big issue.
Yeah,
this is a movie. I think actually, like if the right person came along with the right cast and the right script, I think it'd be a good remake.
Ripe for a remake.
I think so. I think it's a good story. I think it's a good story. It's cool, especially now. There's like magic movies and shit all the time,
Right.
And it would it might be a good thing.
How would you feel about a remake with David Blaine as the Swan character?
No,
Chris Angel.
No, not Chris Angel. Come on,
no, fuck Chris Angel. I hate that fucking dude.
He's a mind freak.
Yeah, he's a moron. But David Blaine, I can stand him a little bit, but his puppy dog face annoys the fuck out of me.
He looks a little creepy. I think he could pull off the horror genre as some crazed magician, illusionist, if you will.
If you like, what for him to play Swan?
Yeah.
I could probably stand. Looking at him more than I could the guy in this movie. I can't remember what else this dude's been in. He's been in other shit, but he has one of those faces, and just the way he's just so like, he's my biggest issue with this fucking movie. But
Kevin J. O'Connor plays Philip Swan, and I tell you one thing, his haircut game is fucked up.
Oh, yeah,
he's got that 5 head going.
He does.
Yeah.
He got like 6 heads going.
He's got
it's up there.
Yeah,
but yeah, he was in Van Helsing, The Mummy, Deep Rising, which was also with Famke Janssen. So yeah, he's done other stuff, but he's this is probably one of the more leading roles for him, I think.
Richard says,
"Oh shit, I didn't realize it."
Nixon wouldn't want him to recast. I don't know, like it's hard for me because like I told Mike earlier, I'm like every time freaking Daniel Von Bargen was on screen, I just kept thinking of fucking Chief Grady from
Chief Grady. Yeah, man.
It's kind of weird seeing him
serious.
It's it's really kind of weird seeing that guy in that kind of role because like you always see him as like a cop or a principal or something like that.
I think he was in one of the X-Men with Famke Janssen, who played Dorothea, right?
Yeah,
because she was Jean Grey.
She's hot.
I didn't even realize that Kevin J. O'Connor played Dr. Mindbender in the G.I. Joe: Rise of the Cobra.
Oh shit! I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
I haven't seen it.
No, is that the second one?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I did see parts of that. I believe I just didn't keep my attention.
Oh, I know I didn't see it.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, if you were going to recast Swan and Nix, who would you throw in there? Like, I don't know about Demora. Like, I'd probably fucking have Bakula give it another run, but
he's a little bit old. But I have to think on that one.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough one. People who are out right now to play those roles.
See, like Jim Carrey playing Swan.
No. You mean the real Jim Carrey or?
Oh yeah, we didn't touch on that at all, did we? We didn't touch
clone.
On the real Jim Carrey. Please stand up.
The clone Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Well, what that was a makeup guy.
It wasn't.
Everything's getting denied by Jim Carrey's people. So I don't know.
It's fucking weird, guys. Fucking weird.
There's no way that was the makeup person that posted that it was just trying to get some traffic, some attention. There's no way somebody could do makeup that good.
Publicity.
I
like Scott Bakula too.
Yeah, man.
Back to the minors.
Dr. Sam Beckett.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't realize it was my mom mom was the one that got me watching Quantum Leap as a kid. I still like watching reruns of that show.
Well, they were saying like they got it from Murphy Brown, and I'm like, fucking Murphy Brown, yo. I'm like, I forgot all about that stupid show.
I used to watch that as a kid too. I didn't watch a lot of shows as a kid. Most kids my age did. Like I loved watching Nick at Night, and
my parents would watch that shit in Night Court. Or no, my grandparents.
I like Night Court. Bull.
They always kind of like were back to back. No, but there's like you guys said earlier, some strange characters in here, like Butterfield,
Buttercup,
like him and his little henchman, the Snake Man.
Yeah, Jesus.
Like I'm like these two guys are getting on my nerves. Him and his
they're pretty fucking annoying. He's really
his black
annoying.
hair and his blonde eyebrows and his one clear eye.
Yeah,
did you like them tight spandex pants that he was wearing, Chuck?
No.
Is that what drew you in?
No.
Like whenever he's freaking straddled up on Demore,
oh my god,
and he has his leather pants, and I'm like, man, his asshole and balls have to stink.
Oh my god.
I'm like, I would fucking kill this dude on principle now. Like, get your nuts out of my face, guy. Like,
how many takes do you think they had to do with that scene?
I don't know.
Get it right.
That's the only scene in this movie that really made me cringe, though, was whenever he fucking cut dude's gums with the fucking X-Acto.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that hurts. That fucking hurts. I'm like, that's a fucked up image. Old fucking Valentin.
Valentin.
Is it 10 or teen?
There's no E. That's another thing. I was watching. I was like, what is up with these fucking names, Barker? Like, it's so weird. Like Valentin and Dorothea and Swan and like a bunch of odd names, very not traditional names for sure.
Well, Clive Barker's not a traditional writer either, and like he always has not the normal,
Butterfield.
Yeah, just strange. Like I don't know, his name's come from that same weird place that universe in his head. I guess it's weird.
Although I did like the fact that the guy that was originally hiring Demore to go out to L.A. His name was Loomis.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that name a lot lately. I don't know.
All right, because I heard it too, and I was like, "Is that a shout out, like, or is that just him fucking making a character?"
It wouldn't surprise me if it was a shout out.
Yeah.
Seems to be a thing with Loomis.
Yeah, like the beginning, like they were saying that like Clive Barker was saying that he had the character Demore kind of set as like a karmic debt, like he was just constantly fighting to get out of the darkness, but then he just never could because they just kept pulling him back in. So he was trying to do good so much to counterbalance that so he wouldn't get pulled into the darkness. But then, like I said, like with them later Hellraiser comics, I'm like, well, he fucked that up.
Yeah.
I'm like, he took over the underworld.
I'm kind of surprised that, like, because I'm with you on that, Mike. Like, I do wish there was more with Demore. Demore.
More.
Yeah, Harry. Like, because there is a lot more that should have been talked about, and you could honestly like do like a whole movie, like or a whole series, a whole book series or something like that of that character.
I want to see that Hellraiser run on film.
Right. Yeah.
And we're just supposed to believe that this guy's so fucking suave that he just gets Dorothea like nothing. Like, come on, baby. Let's go.
Again, the 90s. Everything happened like so.
Well, that's rough too, because it's literally like, okay, so her husband's the biggest illusionist ever, but he's not really an illusionist. He's just fucking has dark magic. Took me a few minutes. You realize Dorothea was a little girl from the beginning.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
They were kind of keeping that a secret until they weren't. You know,
It's
it
a
was one
twist.
of those things.
Twist.
Yeah.
Which, forget where I'm going. Let's go back to that very beginning whenever they're in that fucking little mausoleum
Compound.
or whatever.
The compound.
Doing their thing. And then they stick this fucking baboon on this little kid.
No,
I'm like, what is going on here?
that's not the CGI baboon. That's a
No,
real
it was actually an animatronic.
Was it?
Yeah.
Man,
No shit.
see?
It looked fucking
Yeah.
real.
It
I
looks
love
so real. I think the far away shots were like animatronic. Whenever it was up close, I'm pretty sure it was animatronic. The far away shots, I believe, were real.
That's why I like practical shit, man.
But that shit looked fucking crazy. Like, I'd be freaking the fuck out. I'm like, get this goddamn monkey away from me. Like, I don't want to turn into a fucking sliced ginsu meat. Because those things are vicious, man.
I think he's in love.
As soon as I saw the blue nose and stuff, I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, this bitch is fucking in trouble. This thing will eat her face off.
Yeah.
Like, those are like some of the most dangerous monkeys in the world.
Yeah.
They just don't give a fuck.
That's why I don't go anywhere with monkeys, because I like to have my face not chewed off.
You get like a little spider monkey like Ace Ventura or something.
I don't want any monkey. They also throw poo, no matter how big they are. Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Get a little diaper. But that whole scene,
as adorable as they are, but still.
That whole scene's pretty crazy though, because they I guess Swan was in Nix's cult, and then he realized the shit they were doing was fucked up. So then he gets out. Then like him and the one Jennifer chick and Quaid go to stop him, and then Swan pretty much is fucked until Dorothea shoots him.
Yeah.
And then they put that fucking iron mask on to bind him so that way they can kill him and bury him, which Clive said he got that mask idea from the witch in the beginning of Black Sunday.
Oh, okay.
He said that shit stuck with him since he was 16, and he just always wanted to do that in a film.
There you
And
go.
I was like, I've seen that movie.
I didn't even think about that. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So it was pretty interesting whenever he did that. But that mask, like, that would suck, man. Having fucking an iron mask drilled, like, screwed into your brain. And those screws didn't have any fucking points. So that was just flat screws just fucking going in your face.
And, I got to say, Swan must have some really sharp teeth.
Right?
To just bite into his thumb that easy and bleed.
Get the shit out of his thumb. And barely
to have that much blood to drip onto each side of that mask for like cool effect, whatever. But like that shit bugged me. It just like that. So like I remember when I was younger, I was like, that is impossible. I'm sitting there just gnawing at my fucking thumb. Like this hurts. I can't. What do you mean? It's not that easy.
Like unless you got a hangnail and bite it all the way out, you're not bleeding.
Apparently, that part was one of the things that they needed to cut out for the rating, I believe, because for whatever reason they thought him cutting his fingers to use the blood to loosen the screws or whatever, oil the screws, was too graphic. I don't know.
They said like some of the scenes he cut out that the studio wanted out. He's like, they watch it. They said they cut some scenes out. He's like, I cut them out. They rewatched it. Then I put them back in, and then I shipped the movie out. But like one of the scenes he kept in was there was the sex scene that actually went longer, and he said the fans didn't even want it because they said like it just made them feel awkward because there wasn't a death immediately after the sex scene like most horror films. Which I was like, well, that's a bummer because whatever.
Well, because people are looking for more of a traditional like horror movie most of the time if they're not familiar with certain things. So they go into something like this, so like, okay, now one of them is going to die. Oh no, it's actually like a quote unquote love making scene.
And then apparently there was a lot more blood in the film, but they had to take some of it out.
Of course, now it wouldn't matter, but a lot of movies got fucked on that. By the way, House 1000 Corpses got fucked on that. Like, there's parts of that movie we won't ever see ever again. Like, it'll never be a thing. Like this movie could have used a little bit more. There should be more. It should be more graphic in a lot of ways, but unfortunately, that's what I'm saying. Remake this motherfucker. Make it better.
This is definitely, I think, up there for good remake potential.
Yeah.
Like, I think they could kill this shit and even have like Barker be like a producer or something on it. Like, he doesn't have to do anything. I know he's not in great health conditions and stuff, and isn't really doing a lot. But I mean, they could at least have him be like input for the film.
No.
What this film had a $11 million budget, did 13.3 at the box, so it made its money back.
No,
didn't do real great, but yeah, it didn't. It's one of them ones where like it didn't get a following, like kind of like Carpenter, like even like Nightbreed and shit. Like he said, he had a lot of issues putting that film out, and then it didn't do great, and then many years later, it just fucking boomed.
Yeah, Nightbreed ended up having like a huge like cult following after many years. You know, like at one time, nobody that I talked to knew what the fuck that movie was when I was younger, and now everybody's like, "Oh man, I love Nightbreed," and I'm like, "Yeah, you do." You know, it's like I don't get it, but yeah, I mean, like, did he? He didn't make Rawhead Rex, did he? Or somebody else make that one?
I think he just.
Because that's another one that should go in the remake pile.
I want to say he just produced that one.
Yeah, need a new Rawhead Rex as well. That'd be a good one.
He might have wrote it. I don't know. But I don't think that movie was weird enough for him to write it.
Well, I mean, it's based off his shit,
right?
But I don't know if, I don't know if he had anything to do.
Usually, if it's like one of his stories and he actually writes it, you can tell. Like if it's not one of his, if he didn't write the screenplay or whatever for one of his stories, you can definitely tell.
Yeah.
Like I think the only one that really did it a lot of justice was probably Candyman.
Candyman.
I mean, I like Midnight Meat Train also. But
oh, I forgot he did that. Yeah.
We haven't talked about that one yet, have we?
We have not.
I don't think so.
Excellent.
That was a fucked up movie.
It is.
No, I did kind of like the foreshadowing type shit. Like whenever he goes up, he's following this dude or whatever, and then the step says fortune teller, but then whenever he runs in the hallway after homeboy runs back out, like there's nothing but like tattoo flash on the wall, and then a tattoo 301 shop, and then you go around the corner, and then that's where the fortune teller dude is, which is Casper Quaid, one of the guys in the original in the beginning that helped take down Nix, and he's just fucking got like 10 knives stabbed in him, like all over the place. And then that's when you first meet Butterface,
Buttercup,
and then he's like, "Don't you want your palm red?" And it's like, dude, you got fucking 10 knives hanging out of your chest. Like, you really want to do this?
That seems pretty cheesy.
But then it's just weird because he sees the tarot cards and he flips the one, and it's the 10 of swords. And then whenever you go to Swan, he's saying he's going to do a new illusion, and you see like that little thing, like the little toy on his desk or whatever with all the swords on it, and that's like the illusion he performs at his show that night, and then that's what kills him. And it's just those little things like kills that him. Were kind of neat for me. Like I don't know, like because it pretty much tells you like someone's about to die from some fucking swords. Like if that was like if that was Final Destination, like that would have been the premonition.
It kills him because you know what? Death is only an illusion.
Yeah. You cannot die.
But I mean,
shit was fucked up.
I mean, it's like these two stories now are coming together, you know, because D'Amour is trying to catch this guy on an insurance fraud. You know, that's the real reason he's out there. He's watching him with the two hookers in the hotel and everything like that. And this guy, he completely forgets about this guy once he gets to the fortune teller and sees that situation. I mean, imagine walking in on something like that with Quaid, where this guy just being tortured by these weirdos, you know. And you got the one guy trying to beat the shit out of him. I would have just shot that guy. You know, he just kept coming back.
Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo. Like he out of nowhere he just jumps. Like whenever he bit his hand, like I immediately thought of Evil Dead, and I'm like, oh fuck, he's gonna be fucked now.
Right? Yeah.
But then, like, whenever he closes the door and dude starts scraping at the fucking doorknob, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? Like, he got fucking werewolf fingers? Like, I didn't know. Just, there's a lot of, weird shit.
Like, it's like, there's a weird kind of connection between this and, like, Nightbreed. Like, with some of the shit, you know.
I'm actually going to probably watch Nightbreed after we get done tonight because I haven't watched that in a long time either. I haven't watched it in I probably watched it about 4 years ago, maybe 5.
Probably watching it again in a few weeks, just for the record.
Oh, yeah.
Just
And what it was a 13-year jump, I believe, from the beginning to current.
Yeah.
So it's like we catch up with Swan. Swan's this famous illusionist now, using his powers to make money, and he's got the beautiful wife, which at the time we don't realize is Dorothea, or we don't know Dorothea was the little girl, but Famke Janssen, man. Look, this is I got to say, this is probably one of the roles she looks the most beautiful in. Out of everything I've seen her in. Like I said, I've never seen. Yeah,
it's her second movie role.
Yeah, very early on for her. But I was just like, man, she looks gorgeous in this film. Like, she's always been attractive. But I think the first time I saw her in film was Rounders.
Yeah.
So going back and seeing this, obviously, she's looked great in X-Men and GoldenEye and all this other stuff. But she looks so beautiful in this film. So
I agree.
Yeah. Definitely agree.
But man, that name, that shit's crazy.
Dorothea.
Every time he would say her name, I had to listen again, and I'm like, "What the fuck did he just say?" I forget what I thought he said, and I wish I wrote it down because I knew I was like, "That's definitely not what he said."
The subtitles when I was watching them on, it just looked weird the way it was spelled. Dorothea.
Dorothea. It's like, is it Dorothy or Althea? Which is it? Pick one.
Right.
Barker was like, I can't decide. Both of them. Like, you're the boss.
Yeah, and it's like Valentin. Just call him Valentine. All right.
That's what I kept saying too. Yeah.
Valentin sounds weird, but I mean, he's the kind of a weird character. I don't know.
He's a very weird character. He's just very protective of Swan and his whole secret society of his past.
Hello, Swan. That's all I kept thinking about was Billy Madison.
Well, every time fucking Nix would pop up, I just kept hearing, "Get these cuffs off, Ramathorn."
Yeah.
Whenever they were taking the mask off of him later on, that's all I kept thinking. I'm like, that shit's funny. He didn't want to do this movie either. They said they asked him 5 times and he turned it down. And then eventually, he sat down with Clive and was like, he was kind of breaking the whole role down for him. And he's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Now that I actually talked to you and just not reading it," he's like, "because all I saw was blood. I didn't see the death until Clive kind of explained him to me." He's like, and after that, he was like, "I was all in."
I wonder if Clive left the part out of the script where he was going to have a butthole in the middle of his head at some point.
Dude, he definitely had a butthole in his head a few times.
That I don't know. I guess maybe I just blocked it out in my mind. But I'm watching. I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. And it looks like a pulsating anus, and it's so weird. I'm like, this is what we're doing.
What we signed up for, guys.
All right then.
Real shithead.
Yes, I guess this is what we signed up for. No, but then so after Swan dies, and then he goes downstairs to kind of check out everything, and then he gets attacked again by Butternuts and Snake Guy. And then Snake Guy fucking smacks him in the face with a 2x4, and he's like, "I fucking got you," and I started cracking up laughing.
Fucking got you.
That shit had me fucking dying because it came out of nowhere and he just whacks him straight in the fucking nose. But then it's just goofy too, how he's sent out from where? What, New York or something?
Yeah.
Where was it? And then he goes out to LA, and then this is the second encounter he has with the cops, and they just act like nothing's going down. They just let him do his thing. That shit kind of threw me off, why they weren't investigating this shit more or asking him even more questions aside from, "You ready to go home yet?" And he's like, "No, I think I'll stay here and check some shit out." And then he tells her, "I can dig and go places where cops won't." And I'm like, that sounds like a bad idea, bud.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Well, I mean, what? The first one with Quaid, that murder, they had the suspects, so they were just looking for those guys.
Threw the Snake Guy out the window, and he somehow fucking disappeared.
Yeah. So the police had the suspects. Then on the Swan, quote unquote, death, that was ruled accident.
Oh yeah.
but they knew there was more to it, and he wanted to investigate it. So I think they were just like, oh, he's a private detective. We'll let him do his thing or whatever.
I was reading more shit too about that scene whenever they're in the theater and shit, and it had like a couple actors listed on there for like extras in the crowd, and the one that I saw was Sean Clark. Like, this is one of the first movies he did with Clive Barker, and then later on they became real good friends. I know
Doesn't
Chuck's
shock me
probably
at
making
all.
a face right now.
I am making.
I can
a
see
very-
your face without seeing it, Chuck.
Yeah, that's because you know me.
I like that scene. I like that scene with the theater. Whenever it's a very big production for this. I feel like a lot of the budget probably went into that, because it's like they had a whole premiere basically set up. And I can't remember the guy's name from Borat. They came out.
I saw that. Dennis something or other, right?
Yeah,
Kocheski or some shit.
Yeah, I have to pull that up. I saw him and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, he did nothing. He just literally got out of a car and walked by a camera.
Yeah, just a small cameo.
Who was it?
It's kind of like later on whenever he goes and visits the magicians to kind of like get a rundown and see who's the best one or whatever. And then you see that Vincent Schiavelli guy playing Vinovich.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as every time I see that dude, I'm just like, all I think about is Ghost.
Yeah.
Like, I can't help it.
I think of Ghost and I think of Batman Returns.
Yeah. The bomb
and the
guy.
monkey.
And
Another
then,
movie he's in with the monkey.
That and Death of Smoochie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's been in a lot of shit apparently.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely.
Fast Times.
Well then whatever.
Buggy Ding Dong.
I just think
Buggy Ding Dong.
Buddy Ding Dong?
Buggy Ding Dong in Death of Smoochie. He was supposed to kill the rhino at the end.
Oh yeah. He was the sharpshooter that didn't shoot very sharp.
And then Ken Division was the guy from Borat that you briefly see going into the
I was
theater.
way off.
Yeah.
Dennis Vinovic, whatever.
The guy that got Borat's balls in his face.
You can't wrestle naked. You don't wrestle men naked. I like when he's talking to him and he's like getting all pissy. And then he's like, nice accent. Where's it from? Brooklyn? He's like, you shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
That shit cracked me up. But then like the one magician that's at the table too, the guy that played Billy Who, which is Lauren Stewart, who was actually the magician consultant for the film to make sure the tricks and everything, all the illusions went as planned.
That's the guy. That's the same guy, I'm pretty sure, that did all those magic specials exposing. He was the masked magician, and he exposed all the tricks. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy because they actually demasked him a few years back.
Yeah.
Well, I like
that was him.
Like,
am I right on that?
No, that was Val Valentino.
Well, fuck.
Wrong.
Well, shit.
But they look similar.
They did look similar. Okay, see.
Well, I like whenever they break into the library or whatever the fuck, and they're going through like the books, and then that fucking what is it, like a video 3D thing or whatever pops out of that
monster
fucking monster guy with the brain showing, and he's like, "Help me get this thing out of here!" Blah blah blah. And he just walks through it, and he's just like, "Eh."
Hokey, I told you.
And that's whenever you find out that Demore is the worst shot ever, because he tries to shoot that fucking light 3 times before he hits it.
That's another thing, though, is you're also trying to not make it so obvious that you were in there,
right?
And you're shooting at things. There's a reason why he's not a criminal, because he kind of sucks at being a private detective.
Yeah, I mean he's literally. He's following the threads, and everything's just kind of falling into his lap. He goes to visit that one chick, Desiderio or whatever, and then she just runs out in front of a car.
Psycho.
Yeah. Whoops. But the thing is, she shouldn't have been able to just walk out the door. I figure there was people, there's orderlies and stuff around.
Well, that nun was there walking with him, but like nobody really.
Yeah, you see
stopped
that
her.
nun? Like whenever she like sees that dude digging the grave up, and then she's like, "Well, fucking Nix is gonna be digging himself out," and she freaks the fuck out and takes off and starts screaming and shit. The fucking nun chick like grabs fucking Damore and throws him. Like she pushes the shit out of that dude. And I'm like, damn, like this is one mean ass nun.
Ever
Like,
met
what the
one
fuck?
that wasn't?
But I mean, it was confusing because everybody kind of seemed like they felt like Nix was coming back on his own.
Yeah,
but he couldn't really come back on his own, could he?
No, he was buried deep.
That's what I'm saying. He was buried deep, and he needed somebody to take off the Iron Maiden thing.
Yeah.
Number of the beast. I had to.
Very strange.
Yeah, that's kind of a plot. I was noticing that too. I was like, that doesn't make sense. They're all like worried about it, but yet they've got to get to him to reanimate him. But yet they're all worried about him coming back. So I get what you're trying to do there, but it kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
What fucked me up in this movie though is like, I know grief hits everybody different. So Chick's fucking husband she just watched him get fucking impaled by 7 swords, and then 2 days later she's fucking Scott Bakula in her husband's bed.
Yeah, but she said she didn't marry him for love. She wasn't in love with him.
No, but it's still fucked up.
I mean, he's dead.
Because I mean, you already know Valentino is outside the door listening to begin with,
jerking it.
And then he goes running down the stairs looking for him, and he's fucking shirtless. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Put some clothes on.
Well, no, Valentino has to go. I'm calling Valentino because I hate the name Valentin, but yeah, he has to call up Swan and be like, hey, this guy's banging your wife.
Thank you.
Because Swan is hiding in the underground now because he's faked his death.
Yeah,
with a stupid mustache.
Yeah, great disguise.
Oh my god,
the fedora and the mustache. And then he starts
put glasses on
cars at people.
He should just put glasses on. It worked for.
And it's so dumb because it's like he's supposed to be in hiding, and then he shows up to his own funeral, and it's so obvious that Damore like sees him and follows him back to his underground lair, and it's like, all right, I don't really know what I mean. What was the plan here? He wanted to fake his own death because he didn't want Nix to come after Dorothea, but Nix isn't back yet.
No. Well, he knew that, like, I guess his little compadres or whatever were on the hunt, so that because he already said like they killed Quaid.
Okay.
And then she's like, you want to go to the funeral? And he's like, fuck no, like I ain't going anywhere near that dude because I'm going to be next. So then he figures if he kills himself, they won't try to come after her because they'll think he's dead, so there's no point. But then they didn't, because even like the little guys didn't even realize that he was still alive until they brought Nix back, and he was like, he ain't dead.
But they still came after her.
Yeah.
Even though they thought, because Buttercup thought he was dead. He even tells Nix whenever Nix is resurrected, he's like, oh, Swan's dead. And he's like, no.
Right.
And he knows he's not dead. But Butterstuff doesn't know.
Whenever he kicks Butternuts in the nuts, and he goes flying across the room, that shit had me fucking laughing my ass off.
But what is this?
Butternuts, butterscotch.
You guys see Scream 7? If so, what is your opinion?
After this show, go back and rewatch the beginning of it. We talked about it for like.
Or on the short note, we all have our own opinions and don't agree with each other.
Yeah, we briefly discussed it earlier on, and it's 50-50. Lord of the D. I don't know. The Lord of the D. Not quite sure which one you're talking about, Justin. If you're talking about the film Lord of Illusions, that's our topic for tonight. It's a Clive Barker film from 1995. So it's on Tubi and it's on Prime.
It's free on YouTube.
Okay, free on YouTube. So if you want to check it out, might like it, might not.
And thanks for joining us, Justin Wise 420.
Illusion. Yeah, there you go. Fixed it.
Lord of the D. Sounds
somebody
like
hit the wrong letter.
But he does have the
Wrong
Stu
movie.
Macher. He does have the Stu Macher picture in his profile. So
Oh yeah,
There we go.
Stu Macher's the shit.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
But yeah, back to what we were talking about. You know, they like
Butter stuff.
Swan fakes his death. Oh yeah. By the way, Justin, we're talking about the film right now. So if you haven't seen it, you're gonna get spoiled. So
You will.
You know, you can go watch it and come back, or if you don't care, you can keep watching. You know, either way, welcome. But yeah, even though they think that Swan's dead, they come after Dorothea and Valentine because Buttercup is trying to figure out where Nix is buried.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the thing. I was like, okay, if he knows that Butterscotch is going around and and like killing people, like, because obviously he went to Quaid and he's going to all the people from the crew to get information. They're trying to figure out where Nix is buried, right? And nobody will give up the information until he gets to Valentino. So if I were Swan, you know, right after I fake my death, why would you not immediately go out to the location and like move the body or something? I mean,
right,
or something. I don't know. You know, I don't know. Why does Valentin know about the location? He wasn't in the group, the original core group, right?
I guess Swan told him at some point, just in case anything ever happened to him, because he was kind of like his second hand. Like he knew all about the past shit too. So I think those three were in deep for a long time.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, it's like if you dig up Nix, I mean, he can't really do anything until he's untethered, right, from the
right. He's unbinded or whatever.
Yeah. So, and plus, you know, Swan still has power at that point, so I would think that he would, you know, I would just got Demore whenever you tried to throw the car on him, been like, hey, let's go dig this guy up and move him before they find him.
Dude, that scene cracks me up. He's like, yeah, you're fucking the girl that I love, and he just like fucking tosses a car at him.
Yeah, and then he rips off his mustache and throws it down like, oh, fuck this.
Dumb as
Fuck
fuck.
this mustache. You take yourself to the never mind. That was kind of looks like an Evil Dead mixed with Nightmare on Elm Street from the cover, and seeing is that far from it, or am I? It's more like evil. It's like Hellraiser, Nightbreed world.
If you've seen that,
There's a lot to it. I mean, it's not with any Clive Barker movie, story, anything. It's never just cut and dry.
No, it is not.
Yeah, you got a little film noir. You got detective searching for answers. You got cult leader who's trying to murder the world. So
as they
combine those elements.
Yeah, fucked up shit.
And you got Buttersack running around causing problems. It's a ridiculous movie, but you know, I've always enjoyed it.
It is.
It's a trip, though. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, but whenever he was taking that mask off, that shit was fucking gross.
Yeah,
like all that slime and shit coming out of the holes. I'm like, oh man. And then he like takes it off, and like his face is all fucking like soggy looking where that fucking iron plate was.
Yeah.
Looking like Jason without his mask on.
I was getting ready to say that, yeah.
But then he's got a butthole in his forehead.
He's got a weird butthole with a hemorrhoid. He just blinks. He just goes, ah, blink, blink, blink.
And then later on, he starts producing more hemorrhoids all over his body.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
It kind of looked like one of those stress balls that have like the goo in them. And like if you cut it open and it starts just like leaking out this weird stuff. Yeah. That's what it looked like when he started breaking out and all that weird shit.
Richard. Yeah, the score for this is fucking pretty good. And that's all the Clive shit.
I was going to say, Clive Barker, the scores for his movies are pretty epic, if you will. They're pretty ambient. Like you really kind of they fit really well.
Yeah, 100%. What's your favorite film or franchise? I'm definitely going to watch this. I love movies like this, even if they suck. Come to the right place.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, you went well.
The score you got to give credit to
that subscribe button.
The score you got to give credit to composer Simon Boswell.
Favorite horror? All right, let's answer the question real quick. Favorite horror franchise, Mike?
Horror franchise?
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Evil Dead.
Full franchise, I'm gonna say Friday the 13th. And man, I know it's a tough one. Evil Dead 2, obviously. Like, yeah, or not obviously, but like 2. So it's kind of a tie between those two: Friday the 13th franchise and Evil Dead franchise.
Yeah, as far as franchises go, probably Nightmare, man. It's just, Robert Englund's portrayal of Freddy Krueger is just iconic. And I always loved, I mentioned this before, I've always loved the idea of a killer being able to kill you in your dreams. Like, there's no escaping. Like, for us as humans, you have to sleep. So at some time you have to confront this horror. So I always loved that there was really no real escape, that you have to just confront it at some point. So,
yeah.
And Justin's saying Scream and Halloween, both great franchises as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, definitely.
And Scream's going to keep going forward. They had an amazing opening weekend, over 90 million at the box office. It's one of the best showings for them. So, and one of the things I've been thinking about it over the weekend, man, is I feel like Courtney Cox doesn't get enough credit. Everybody's always, the final girl, Neve Campbell, but I mean, Gail Weathers is kind of the final girl too. She's been in all the films. She's up there with the amount of kills, almost as many as Sydney. So it's like, I feel like Gail doesn't get enough credit just because she's a little bit selfish. She's a little bit bitchy with her attitude or whatever.
I'll give you that. I was getting ready to say something, but it'll be a spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen the new Scream movie, so I'm not going to say it.
Not going to trigger. No, you're not going to trigger us here, buddy. Totally understand.
Dude, no, I'm with you on that. I'm not a huge Nightmare fan. The first one is a classic. I love it, and the other ones I'm just kind of whatever about, to be honest with you.
Sure.
These guys like love that shit, and I respect the character of Freddy Krueger and the films and all that, but just I don't know.
See, whenever it always came down to the great debate of Nightmare or Friday, like I always said, I like Freddy's character more, but the Friday franchise is stronger.
Yeah, I can watch the Friday the 13th franchise, like in a marathon, and be okay with it.
Freddy
and have
Freddy
fun. I get bored.
My alley.
I get bored watching the Nightmare movies like back to back. It's like, just give me the first one. Give me the first one, Freddy versus Jason and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Why won't that pop up? Are you trying to click it at the same time I'm trying to click it?
Yeah.
So to be honest, it kind of sucked. The director took the test audience side more than what people want.
We're not going to talk more about that. I actually enjoyed it. I said my reasons for it earlier.
Me and Mama Nasty are on the same page. That's my favorite.
That's also my stepdad talking too. I guarantee it. Yeah.
Either way, I'm on it.
Dream Warriors.
Nightmare 3 is my favorite.
Ever play Skin the Cat?
All right, so where we leave off?
We were just talking about, Nick's and his quest to murder the. What does that even mean? Murder of the world.
He's going to kill everybody.
Wouldn't you say destroy the world? You can't murder the world, right?
I mean, I don't know. He just
murdered.
And I feel like
he turned all of his cult leaders into fucking Caligula and had them fall into the ground with their heads fucking hanging out of the floor.
Yeah, and it's like this guy has powers, but he doesn't have that kind of power. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to take over the world.
I mean, I don't think he did whenever he was alive, but after he died, maybe.
Yeah, because he was like, he could float and he could, toss fire around and everything like that. He could definitely be like the Jim Jones character where, I'm just going to have a bunch of followers doing whatever I want type situation. But as far as him coming back to take over the world, the line that stuck out to me was whenever he was like, whenever Dorothea asked him, like, what the fuck are you? And he was like, I was a man that wanted to be a god and then changed his mind.
Yeah, that's a good quote.
That's a hard ass line, yo.
Yeah.
I always like too whenever he's fucking talking to Swan And he's like, you should be with me. And he's like, okay. And then he looks over at Dorothea and he's like, you still have something for that bitch? And he's like,
yes.
That shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like we've talked about more of the Demora character, Scott Bakula's character, and I really wanted more of a confrontation between Swan and Nix, because we've illustrated that these are the two characters that have powers. You know, Harry is just kind of running around tripping over his own feet. You know, he's more in the way, I feel like, if anything.
Right.
And then he's the one that ends up getting the save at the end, but that was so goofy where he just kind of floats into him and pulls out the eyes.
Yeah, Nix and fucking Swan needed to have like that fucking Big Trouble in Little China fucking magic standoff.
Justin, we're live every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Every week we do a different film, and you can come in and check us out. We have this is episode 196, so there's 196 episodes you can go back and check out. We talked about Screams, we've talked about Nightmares, Fridays, Halloweens, all that stuff. So if you want to go back and check out some of the films that you enjoy and see what we had to say about it, go right ahead. You can just right there on the YouTube channel, check it out.
Yeah, and please comment on comment on any of the videos too.
Hit that subscribe button, leave some comments. You want to see us do something we haven't done, throw that shit in the comments too, or hit us up on Facebook.
And share.
But yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it.
We appreciate all of our subs.
Yep. Sleep well.
You help keep the video store open.
Yeah, you know when they do that remake, if they ever do, there's got to be some kind of big, you know, especially with these guys that have powers. You know,
yeah.
It's like there was just nothing. It was freaking Swan just gets knocked down and he's out for it, and then the only thing is he levitates Harry. Which why? I didn't understand that. Like, can you pick me up like you did the car? And then he just kind of floats over to Nix. Like, I thought, to me, the thing that would have made sense is that Harry would have told Dorothea to like move, and he would have ran and shoved Nix into the hole.
Yeah,
like that would have made sense to me. Like I would never have thought, hey, can you levitate me so I can just float over to this guy and grab his eyeballs? I don't know, but
yeah, like you would think Nix too would turn around and like threw him or something. Like, I mean, he was getting thrown around the whole fucking movie anyway.
I did notice that Demore he uses his hands a lot to signal to her a few times as if she doesn't understand what to do.
Right,
but like. I don't know, and he's like, it's like when she was telling him to shoot him in the head. It's like he's just like, you can't see me obviously, but he's just sitting there tapping like on it, and he's just like over there, like he's pointing at his head and then pointing at him, and it's like I think she probably gets the hint for just like,
come on, Dewey, shoot him in the head.
Yeah, shoot him right where his butthole is breathing at you.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I was very very stoned. When I watched that, and I couldn't stop laughing when they revealed, and I was like, "It's an anus."
It's funny because, like, in that whole scene, I realized that she can shoot better than Demore.
Yeah.
Like, she made the fucking money shot in his forehead, straight up the butthole.
Straight up. Now, one of the things that I was curious about whenever I was watching the film, we see Harry has this tattoo on his back, and it's never really explained. But whenever I read into it, it said Bakula requested the addition of the tattoo on the back of Harry Demore after researching the character's history in the source material by Susan Chan. The marking serves as a narrative link to the supernatural protection the protagonist seeks throughout the literary series. So that gives you a little bit more. If you're sitting there watching the film, you're like, why does he, is there any significance to the tattoo? And there is, that's Harry believed that it protected him,
Where's the spin-off with him and Sam and Dean and Supernatural?
Right? Yeah, that's what I was sitting there thinking too. That would be cool actually. But that's pretty cool that Scott Bakula was the one that insisted on the tattoo being added.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
detail.
I feel like him and Clive sat down and talked about this character for weeks.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Because he wanted to do this shit justice. Because he knows, like, everybody knew how crazy Clive Barker's mind went. Like, I remember watching this one interview with him, and dude was like, he's like, do people like suspect you to be very strange and stuff whenever you meet them? Like, look crazy and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, because you seem like a weird guy. And he's like, oh, I'm a very weird guy. I just dress normal.
Yeah.
I'm like, that explains everything.
I mean,
Well, plus,
the man has got a humor on him too. Talking about his interviews, I always loved watching back when he was younger and stuff, and he was able to get around more. He always was on his game when it came down to it, like the comebacks and all that shit.
Like, I wonder how old he was whenever he moved here from England, because his accent's very subtle.
When I met him, the first thing that when I was going up to his table, there was a couple next to me who were talking to him, and he was trying to sign something for him. And the first thing I heard him say, he pulled out the pen, and when he took the top of the pen off, he realized the end of it came off, and he goes, "Oh, it's circumcised." And it was just like, I don't know, it was just kind of perfect. And I was like, I just heard when Clive Barker's like, right up close. That's so awesome.
Yeah,
like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, but he's got a great sense of humor with shit too. Like, which I don't think that he actually like shows that much of in his films and that he's done actually. He has a more sense of humor.
Yeah, and I think Bakula, he at this point, we talked about he'd done a lot of TV, done Quantum Leap already, which I completely forgot. Quantum Leap was like 89 to 93. And he's trying to get more leading roles. So, for him to kind of deep dive into the character, it just shows his dedication to the craft.
Yeah.
Man, it really sucks actually, because Bakula's not a bad actor.
No.
And unfortunately, because he just never took off and when it came down to the films. He's been in a few things, but not anything anybody really remembers. I mean, he's Sam,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Swan's goofy looking ass. I swear that guy is the most him and Butter Sacks. Like fucking those guys just have like those faces. You're just like, I just wish you'd stop and just go away. The way he acted, like there could have been somebody better that could have played Swan. I did not believe him to be a guy that to rush into a fucking compound and looking to kill like a big cult leader. Did not see him with the balls that big at all.
Right.
Like just goofy. Nope.
Good night, Mama.
That's okay. Thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Thanks,
Have
Mom.
a night.
Night, Mom. Night, Andy.
Well, I like whenever he's fighting Butternuts and then like pulls out this little fire thing out of his hand, and that's like what burns him up. And then like they never say, like, did they ever say what the other iron pieces were that Butter Stuff had? Because he had this whole kit in the back of his car, and that's what he tries to stab Demore with at one point, but then he falls short, then he dies anyway.
They don't really explain it, dude. Like he makes kind of a big deal about it, but they don't really go into it. Was
that the thing that he used to pry open the stuff that was on Nick's?
No, he used a screwdriver.
Oh, I thought he.
I think they were like just torture,
like a little wrench thing.
They didn't really specify that. I wonder if that ended up being like something that was deleted, like. Because I feel like I want to know more what these weapons can do. That's what I'm saying. If this was made today, they could get away with it.
Yeah, because even then, like whenever they're going to the
kind of a cool shot.
Whenever they're going out to the thing or whatever, after whenever they're getting nicks and stuff, like Butter Squash makes a big fucking deal about them things.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have liked to see some more special effects with Nick's, I think.
Yeah.
Like he looks cool there a little bit, but I feel like you could do more.
I don't know. I think his application looks real good.
I don't know.
That's tattoo worthy in my opinion. I'd get that image right there.
Especially since like where the iron mask was, like it's all like
on his
just
eyes and
waterlogged and shit, like the way it would be. Because like that shit is gonna kind of preserve it a little bit. Like that's just, I don't know. It's like whenever you wear like a pair of gloves or something, or rubber gloves or something for a long time, like your fingers get all wrinkly, like if you're in the tub that long. Like it had the same effect.
I mean, he was underground forever, just like his arm just hanging out there, and the guy's all
I mean, he was buried for 13 years.
Yeah,
Right.
Have mercy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Focus.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they could have done like some voice manipulation or something to make the Nick's character a little bit more scary. Because I don't know, there was something missing. I feel like with Nick's, I don't know.
He had like some red vampire looking contacts, like the red and yellow eyes or something.
I know who would have been good and actually could still probably do it. He's older now, but like I think he could still be very menacing. Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown could do. He could totally pull that off, in my opinion.
I was waiting for a Lance Hendrickson call.
Buddy. I mean, Hendrickson, he would be good in his own way, but Clancy Brown comes to mind as like kind of more of the Nick's kind of character. Big and brooding, and I could just see him in his voice,
Even though it didn't look the greatest, the shot whenever so for some whatever reason, like I guess the whole earth is about to blow up where that little compound is after they shove Nick's in the hole. And then like you see fucking Swan floating around and like his face gets peeled off and then his eyeballs get sucked out. Like that shit could look way better now, but for being what it was, I didn't think that looked bad at all.
Oh yeah. That's the thing is like for the time, some things look kind of cool. Some of the ideas for certain things looked like could have been really cool. And then there's also, unfortunately, some that just you're like, what, huh? Like the scenes where he was making people hallucinate, and they had those Langolier looking effects. You remember the movie Langoliers, the Stephen King's Langolier movie?
A long time ago.
It had that kind of effect. Whenever that shit happened, I was like, this looks like it came straight from like it was like straight to video kind of thing. Like it was an ABC special when it does that, because it's just like so ridiculous. But if they did that now, like the hallucinations could be so much better. If they would have done it practical effects, it would have been so much better.
Now, here's the thing I was wondering. Maybe I just missed out on it or whatever, but did Swan always have the powers? Or whenever Nick's like kind of got into his head in the beginning, did he transfer powers over to him?
He transferred powers over to him because he was whenever he had him like all fucked up, whenever he was like looking at his friends and they were all foggy and shit, like he transferred the powers to him so that way he could kill them with his powers.
That's what I thought. And then later on, he does the same. He does the same thing to Harry, where he kind of sticks his finger in his ear or whatever, and he starts.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know what's going to happen after that, because after this story is whenever he starts like deep diving into the darkness and shit, and then that's whenever he goes and fucking kicks Pinhead out of the fucking Cenobites and takes over the world.
Right, but I thought we were going to see D'Amour kind of start to have powers.
That's what I'm saying. They could have easily made a fucking sequel off of this shit.
Oh yeah, they could have. I mean, honestly, they could have instead of just being like Lord of Illusion 2 and 3 and all that, they could have just had different movies with different titles and been like the Harry D'Amour saga or whatever the fuck. That would have been kind of cool, because like I like because it also would have gone with the noir thing. Right. the old pulp novels, and shit like that. They always had like 20 books in a series. And where this was a detective story, originally, it'd be kind of cool if they did something like that. They could easily. I mean,
Agreed.
Jordan Peele.
No.
I mean, he's already trying to get people under the stairs.
In the words of Judd, Christ on his throne. No. Jordan Peele.
Speaking of Stephen King, he said that I see the future of horror, and the future is Clive Barker. But
that was on at least 5 or 6 of my Clive Barker books.
Yeah.
Good.
Which they appear together in Sleepwalkers. Actually, it's Clive Barker. It's Stephen King wandering around a crime scene, and he runs into, I don't know, is it Wes Craven or John Carpenter? I can't remember who it is. And then he goes over to Clive Barker, who's he's a coroner or whatever, and he's talking to him, and it's actually kind of a funny thing. I don't know. That's why I kind of saw this scene the other day. I forgot about that in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Little trivia there. I don't know what that wasn't relevant at all. I'm sorry.
Illusions.
It's an illusion that it was relevant.
They filmed. They actually filmed at the Magic Castle. That's an actual place for magicians.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
They probably had. It's probably because Billy Who, Lauren Stewart, was hanging out there.
They're illusions, Chad Mang. All right, not tricks.
Illusions. Tricks are for
Tricks.
kids.
Speaking of
what
location,
prostitutes do for money.
Oh well. Speaking of locations, real quick, I just want to say, as I meant to say this earlier, talking about Scream 7. Watching the movie, I realized it looked really familiar. And then I realized even more that a few years back, when me and my friend had our little trip to the Jason Lives camp and then partied out in Atlanta and all that, we went and hung out in this whole little area where bits and pieces of Jason Lives was filmed. And it's in that same area. They filmed that part of the movie there. And actually the coffee shop that's like not far from like Sid's place, I've been in it. It was kind of cool seeing on the screen. I was like, oh shit. I've been there. Yeah.
What, down in Georgia?
Yeah. The Chucky went down to Georgia.
Nasty.
First oldest too.
Nasty.
Yeah, there we go. Nasty.
Well, yeah, like so. One thing I did notice, like I was watching this movie, like it was towards the end and shit, and I pause it, and it's the scene where Swan's kind of floating, and then they cut back to Bakula, and right there by like the left side of his head is a set of big old blue fucking graffiti nuts just painted on the side of the wall. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, there's some big blue nuts just painted on the side of this wall.
Hello, Swan.
Butternuts.
Buttercup. Butterstuff.
Butterstuffed.
You guys have anything else to add to Lord of Illusions?
Chuck, this is your pick, so you go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah, so like it's not the greatest movie. It's not. I think it's fun for what it is. I think it's just kind of one you can just kind of just have on with your friends and just kind of just, you know, certain parts are kind of cool and kind of weird. Other parts are kind of like that's kind of stupid, but all around I think it's a good time and it's nostalgic, you know, for me and stuff like that. But I don't know. I always enjoyed the characters. The plot was always, you know, interesting to me. I think it's a good one. I think it could have been better. As I've gotten older and rewatching it, I'm like, hey, probably shouldn't put a butthole in the middle of the guy's eyes, or not make it so goddamn obvious that looks like a pulsating.
You're a real shithead.
Yeah, you're a real dickhead, Nick. You know that you're an asshole. But yeah, no, I think anybody that is a fan of Clive Barker, you know, or a fan of any of his movies, should definitely give it a watch. You know, you may like it, you may not like it, but it's one that I've always liked. Even rewatching it, and realizing how cheesy it is in a lot of ways. I'm like, I kind of like the whole feel of it for the most part. So I think if you haven't seen it, check it out. You know.
Yep, and like I said, for me, it was first time watch. Obviously, Clive Barker is a master at his craft, but I feel like this kind of did a disservice to him. You know, I know he can do better, and you know, obviously, there's other works, you know, that we've discussed, which shows that. And the characters, like I said, there's so much more you could have done with the characters. The effects were very hit or miss, you know, especially the floating mirror looking lawnmower man shit. Wasn't feeling that, but you know, I think Bakula did a great job. Like I said, Famke Janssen looking amazing. Daniel von Bargen. I like, you know, rest in peace, but I liked him better with the, you know, the comedy roles and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely one that is prime for a remake. I think, you know, there's a lot of meat on the bone that you could go back and revisit and kind of turn this into something a little bit more, you know, digestible for, you know, a more casual audience. I think, you know, obviously, you know, for you, Chuck, you know, like you said, nostalgia factor, and you being such a Clive Barker fan, it checks all the boxes. For me, like, I have no nostalgia since I just saw it, and I just feel like the characters that and the writing that Clive Barker's done. There's so much more that could have been done with it. And I don't know if he was kind of handcuffed with the studio on how much he could really put out there or what. But this one just didn't, like I said, it did a disservice to Clive because he's so much better. So.
I've got to say this. You're very correct. We don't have that many Clive Barker adaptations. Film wise, we really don't. We have. I mean, I love Stephen King. Everybody knows this about me. I love Stephen King, but we have enough right now. If they would start picking other movie or other books to make movies of, besides remaking the same fucking Carrie shit and all this stuff over and over again, then I'd be fine with it. But you know what, Clive Barker, he's got so many fucking books. That would be awesome to see on screen. Now, with that being said, he's a tough one to really be able to get the stuff from the page to the screen because he's so out there or whatever. Now, on that side, where we do have technology to do just about whatever, to be explained and all that shit, I think that they could really do something really cool with a remake of this. Like, they do awesome. I mean, because even Midnight Meat Train, like they actually didn't do too shitty of a job with that one, and it wasn't. And there was CGI and there were certain things there, but it was done in a way that I don't think was horrible. But yeah, I think there definitely needs to be more Clive Barker adaptations, and I think they should start with this one.
I feel like it's a good time. Back in the 90s, I feel, obviously you have Candyman and Hellraiser, some of the stuff he's written, but it's like his work. I think to the studios it was kind of too dark, where it's like, we don't feel like it's going to land with the casual audience, which it was correct. Yeah. So it's like they kind of he's there, but he's kind of in like a different part of the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like now, so many years later, you can kind of go in that direction and it not have, be a big ordeal. You can definitely do something more independent, maybe that.
Oh yeah.
That makes it, brings out some of his written work more so, and it might hit the audience different. So.
Yeah. I hope there's been a lot of his movies that have been talked about or a lot of his books have been talked about being made into movies, and there's a lot that were supposed to be in production years ago and they fell fucking through. And I would like to see more. I would like to see more Clive Barker films.
Sure. Whenever the studio started having him cut shit out, he said, "Look, like if I cut this out," he's like, "we got to make a deal that." Once this comes out and you distribute it, he's like, you have to do a director's cut on Laserdisc. So there's a director's cut out there. I've never seen it, but
I can actually say I've seen the Laserdisc of this.
And then I think they have like the 30th anniversaries and shit, the Blu-ray that came out last year, and it has the director's cut on it. Yeah, this was fun for me to go back and rewatch. Like I said, I couldn't tell you the last time I saw it. I was probably in high school, maybe like shortly after high school. So, I mean, it was just another crazy horror movie for me. Like, it was just too much going on, and I wasn't really trying to comprehend it back then. Mm-hmm. That or I was probably drunk or fucked up somehow or another when I was watching it.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry, but this is one of those movies that honestly, and it may sound kind of bad, but if you're in a certain mind state, it actually helps a little. Like, instead of the corny, CGI scenes being stupid to you, you're kind of like, that's dumb. It's like, that's kind of fucked up. I don't know. It's a trip of a movie. It really is. It's a trip of a movie anyway. But
yeah, that was my biggest beef with the movie was like the fucking folding shapes that could transform into a person and then fold back up the space and shit like that. That could definitely look way better now.
Oh yeah. And that's why Jordan Peele should not make it. You saw Nope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
More mandrill monkeys. All right.
Right. Yeah. We need more of the monkey.
Audiences or studies show that audiences love monkeys.
They love the monkey.
We love this monkey. See? Yeah. Fucking Miramax.
Fucking Miramax. Well, all right, gentlemen. That's all we have this evening for Lord of the Rings. Or Lord of the Rings. Lord of Illusions. I'm fucking walking around with trees and shit. I will be later. But anyway, let's see what the clip has for us.
Oh, yeah.
evening.
Random clip generator.
This is 2 weeks in a row where
it's time for clip of the week.
Let's see what we got.
Any minute now.
You're
that fucking guy.
Tattoo?
No, it's that one. He was a little dude that kicks that. He's like Charles Bronson's like little brother.
Little Hercules.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I sit on you. This fucking generator's been fucking goofy. All right, let's run some ads, fellas, and get you guys. What up?
I was just gonna say something real quick that I forgot to mention earlier. It's also in talks that there is a remake of the classic and one of my favorite trilogies, Maniac Cop.
I saw that actually.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it might be time.
I did see that. Let's run some ads for you gents and get you some more fan bases and some more sales.
That sounds good to me, bro.
Leisure Trading Company is on YouTube. Head over now to see videos from Mike's travels and experiences. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Over 10,000 subscribers and growing. Thank you to all. Leisure Trading Company is also your source on eBay with many collectibles and hundreds of great gift ideas. Who loves you and who do you love? Leisure Trading Company.
Bit off a little more nasty than you could chew. Now you got to deal with all the nasty coming down your throat.
Guzzle, guzzle.
Better stuff. Oh yeah, and then you guys had the read last Friday, right?
We did.
How'd that go?
Dude's car got a little banged up, but doing all right.
What?
No, it went good. We had a lot of fun. It was some crazy shit. So if you want to go check out the script read we did for Curse of the Swamp Monster or Swamp Creature on the Scene Snobs, you can. Or also, I think Sturdy put it on his channel with Horace or Sturdy. It was a lot of fun. We had some little quirks where, like, you spun a wheel and you had to do certain things. Like, at one point, you spin the wheel and it landed on Matthew McConaughey. So then Casey had to do all his lines in the Matthew McConaughey accent.
All right.
Ah, that's kind of cool. All right.
So we had a lot of fun doing it. We were laughing a lot. It was a good time. Raised some money. We still got it going on. The GoFundMe still open. So go check that shit out and donate what you can. It's for a good cause for MS and help a buddy out.
Oh, yeah.
Go check out the Scene Snobs and Horace Sturdy and Ambassador Radio and the worst damn gamer ever. And Johnny Loves Movies.
Cool.
We got a pretty good family going on here in the podcast world. We always help each other out.
That we do.
But so this was Chuck's pick for this week. Next week, Mike is shooting from the hip. What you got?
You guys feeling like going on a trip?
Yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah. Maybe go. What for us? We go west a little bit. Maybe go to you say Minnesota, huh? You guys want to go to Minnesota? How about that? Yeah, because this week, 30 years ago, Fargo hit theaters, so we're gonna go and visit the Coen brothers. Fargo, the film, and if you want, we're probably going to discuss. I don't know. I've seen most of the TV show, so we might discuss that. I recommend. I mean, I'm not saying
season 1 and season 4.
Definitely season 1 with Billy Bob Thornton. That is very good. But we're mainly going to be discussing the film, the 1996 film Fargo, starring Cumberland, Maryland's own William H. Macy, and Francis McDormand, Steve Buscemi. So,
and that one guy that I can never remember his name, but he's fucking creepy all the time.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
He's the big fella.
Yeah.
Not the little fella.
One of my favorite devils in Constantine.
Oh, yeah. So next week we do Fargo.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. I just watched that not long ago, too.
I haven't seen that movie in years, so I'm actually really excited about watching it.
Such a good movie, man. Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you for joining us this week for Lord of Illusions. Next week, we'll jump back into the wagon with some Fargo. And I guess we'll see you next Tuesday. Peace.
Illusions. No, Swan.